I'll take it if they need the other breaker because pieces are I'll put you back up.
Leaders remain hopeful the coronavirus vaccine will stem the rise in COVID hospitalizations. The statewide Amber Alert remains in effect for a Houston woman who threatened to
Bastards. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I have 9 o'clock. I'm going to call the criminal and then civil dockets. I'll ask for announcements from attorneys. If you are online and you either do not have an attorney or you do have an attorney, that your attorney does not answer, please make sure I know that you're online. Other than that, please keep your electronic devices muted. Mr. Joseph Sosa, I'm going to ask you to remove your hat in court. State versus Joel Cubley.
Good morning, Your Honor. He is not present at the probation department.
All right, no show. Mark Orr.
Good morning, Your Honor. Counsel's present. Mr. Orr usually goes to probation. I don't know if he's there this morning.
He is here, Your Honor.
Mark, you conferring?
Yes, Your Honor.
Holmes. Mr. Briggs?
Yes, Your Honor.
Taylor Reynolds?
I have not heard from her today, Judge. I will check on her.
Okay, no show, I'll recall. PT, is that pretrial diversion status, or I'm not sure what that notation is. Do you know?
No, it's a pretrial setting.
Okay, thank you. Ruben Sanchez.
Your Honor, he's in custody. That's going to be a plea. We're still working out paperwork stuff. We'll let the court know when we're ready.
Thank you. Ben Reyes.
And Your Honor, that is my case. Mr. Reyes should be signed on. Mr. Reyes, are you there?
We have a bunch of telephone numbers with no names.
I
Okay.
can check on him and let the court know that he's there.
Okay, I'll recall.
Okay.
Richard Hankins. No show. Daniel Morales Jr.
I'm here for Mr. Morales, Your Honor. He is in custody, and we will confer.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Mona Salceda. Mona Salceda. No show, I'll recall.
Present, Your Honor. I think she's muted. I see her name on the screen.
All right. All right, Ms. Salceda, are you listening? Okay, are you speaking?
Yes,
All right. Have you heard from your attorney?
yes.
What did he say?
He just said I had court today.
Okay, I'll mark you present and I'll recall. George Silva.
Morning, Your Honor. Counsel's present. He's in custody in the Wilson County Jail. We do have a bond hearing set for today, not on the Karn's case, but on the Wilson County case. I believe Mr. Leday is present for that. He's in custody, though.
All right, thank you. Damian Sperry.
Present, Your Honor.
Good morning, Judge. He's present.
All right, I'll mark you conferring.
Thank you.
Vanessa Carpenter.
Good morning, Judge. She should be present as well. I believe I saw her on the screen.
Listed under iPhone, Your Honor.
All right, give me a moment.
Yes, I'm present.
Okay, I'll rename you. All right, Brandon Duenes.
He is
Your Honor,
present for counsel this morning.
Okay.
Oh, I'm sorry. Mr. Rodriguez may be present for him.
I was going to handle that one this morning, Your Honor. He should be present on the Zoom.
All right.
Brandon, speak up. He's trying to connect to audio.
Okay, I'll recall. Terry Lee Elliott.
Your Honor, I'm also answering on that one on behalf of our firm.
Yes, I'm present.
Yes. Okay. You have two electronic devices going. You can only have one speaker and one microphone going at a time. So you need to sort out your electronic devices to make sure that that happens, because again, if you have more than one speaker or more than one microphone going, you're going to get what we just got, which is that there's a whole bunch of feedback. Terry Lee Elliott, I'm sorry, what was the announcement?
Mark is conferring, Your Honor.
Is he here?
Yes, he should be here on phone. Terry, would you please answer?
Yes, I'm present. Yes, I'm present, Your Honor.
One more time?
Speak up, Terry.
Is he in the same place as Mr. Duenas?
Yes, I'm here, Your Honor.
What's the
Can you
last
hear me?
numbers of your
Yes.
phone?
Last three numbers of my phone is
Okay, but he's on the same line with Brandon Duenas for some reason, so I've got him present.
Okay.
Matthew Escobar.
That's me. Judge, he's in custody. Mark is conferring and we'll need an arraignment.
All right, we have waiver of arraignment forms if he's willing to waive arraignment. Tina Gorecki, I believe I saw her.
I'm
Yeah,
present.
Your Honor, she signed on. She's present.
I'm present. I'm present. I'm present. I'm here.
Okay, I'll
Thank you,
mark it here. Jonathan Hart. Mr. Briggs.
Judge, I'll have to track him down. I have not seen him.
I was present.
Okay, I'll recall. No show for right now. Roxanne May.
Oh,
Present.
All right, Ms. Gorecki, I have muted you twice. Do not unmute your phone unless I ask you to. All right, Mr. Ernst.
And Your Honor, that should be a dismissal. Ms. Nixon.
Yes, Judge. He filed the dismissal last week and had followed up with your office and hadn't heard back about getting it signed.
Okay, I had stuff cleaned out. I will look at my judge's queue shortly. Uritia, rather? Tricia Urrutia, Mr. Briggs?
Judge, she would be in custody, Judge, and I'm going to need a breakout room with her.
Joa Hernandez?
Your Honor, I'm answering on that case, and he is present on Zoom.
Your Honor.
Thank you. Oregon, Robert Reed II.
Judge, I'm present for him. He's here, I believe. We're going to need another date.
Okay, where is here? Is he with you? Is he online?
I think he's online under, is that, Mr. Reed, would you speak up,
Yes,
please?
sir. Hello, how you doing?
Okay. So that's Robert Reed. Okay, I'll mark you conferring.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Ernest Sanders.
I'm here for Mr. Sanders, Your Honor. He is as well in custody, and we will confirm.
Okay, Mr. Baird, I can just barely hear you.
I'm sorry, Your Honor.
He's the third.
I have. I'm sorry.
Abel Solis the third.
Yes, he's my client as well, Your Honor. Same announcement. We're going to try to work his case out this morning, time permitting, but we will definitely confer. Marcus conferring.
Guy Perez.
Judge, I have not heard from him yet. I'll have to track him down, if you could recall.
Recall, no show. Joseph Sosa?
Judge, he is present. We're just going to need another date on that. Mr. Sosa, can you unmute yourself? And
Yes, sir. I'm here.
All right, thank you, yes. Okay, Kellyanne Spears? Kellyanne Spears?
Judge, I believe her bail bond company called this morning and she's trying to log in.
Okay, I will mark her no show and recall. Trissa Urrutia again, same announcement.
yes, same announcement, Judge.
All right, Stefan Bailey?
Judge, again, I have not heard from him.
Right here, I'm present right here, Your Honor.
Oh, he is here. Okay.
All right, I'll mark the present. Okay. Nathan Mika? Nathan Mika? No show. Linda Sue Anderson? Linda Sue Anderson? William Batson? All right. Tina De Leon? All right, Ms. Gorecki, I will mark you present. And who represents her in the other case?
Your Honor, I represent her in the other case, and I was requesting to be appointed to her newer case.
Okay. If you'll give me something to sign, I will do that.
Okay.
Ben Walter Reyes again.
Mr. Reyes, are you present? Please announce. Unmute yourself. Mr. Reyes.
All right, no show.
I'll check on him. I just talked to him. Mr. Reyes, you there? Please announce. Ben Reyes.
Phone number that ends in 642. What is your name?
4642.
I don't know. It ends in 642. I only see the last three digits. What is your name?
Judge, this is Luis Vera.
Okay. We called a case of yours a moment ago. It was.
Yeah, she's actually on Zoom. Judge, I'm really sick right now. I mean,
All right, you do
very
not
sick.
sound well.
I'm really sick. I'm barely on the phone. It's going to be a plea anyway, but I just can't do it right now.
All right, Mr. Vera, I'll ask you to, I'm going to put reset on request. Your client is released, and I'll ask you to get with the coordinator's office and get a new date when you get him better.
I will, Judge. And she's on the line. Do you want me to tell her to get off? I know
That's
she's
fine.
on there.
She's released.
Okay, thank you, Judge. Bye-bye.
Maxie Tomlinson. Maxie Tomlinson. Abel Solis.
He's in custody, Your Honor. And there may be an issue with who's actually is an attorney on appointments with Mr. Bear, but we'll work that out and let the court know.
All right. Levi Montgomery.
Present, Your Honor.
All right. Ms. Montgomery, do you have an attorney to represent you in this matter?
No, sir.
Judge, as of October the 16th of 2019, he was appointed to Richard Briggs on a pre-indictment case.
Yes, Judge, I'm sorry, I was muted there. I just need to speak with Mr. Montgomery in a breakout room, and we're going to need to arrange for a waiver of arraignment on him.
We'll get breakout rooms going shortly. Daniel Rosales.
Good morning, Your Honor. Council's present. We have a waiver of arraignment on file. Mr. Rosales, can you announce for the court?
Okay.
Your Honor, let me check on him.
All right, when is the waiver for?
Your Honor, I don't know that we had a date. Let me check with my office because I don't know that we had a date on that.
All right, thank you. Maximo Solis? No show. Okay, the Wilson County Criminal Docket, George Nicholas Silva, Mr. Barrera, he's in custody.
Yes, Your Honor.
William Walls.
And Your Honor, that's my case. I'm not sure if he's at probation.
No, Judge, there's no one here at the probation office.
Right. Mark him no show. Recall. That's it. 8 cases. It's all Mr. Silva and Mr. Walls. Okay. Anyone else told to be here today on a criminal case only?
Oh, yes.
Okay.
Oh, yes. Taylor Reynolds.
Hold on.
She's on page 1, Judge, of the Karn's docket.
Yeah. Taylor Reynolds. Okay, I'll mark you present. And speak up again, please.
Yes. Hello.
Okay, that's fine. I'm just going to rename you so we know who you are.
Okay.
Anyone else told to be here today on a criminal only case? Your case wasn't called. All right.
Your Honor, this is Kathy Starling from Texas Rio Grande Legal Aid. We were asked to participate in the Zoom. I don't know if you have any clients for us that you need to appoint or if we should just observe this morning.
We have a bunch of people who didn't show up here at the end who are all new indictments, but Abel Solis is in custody. Does he have an attorney appointed?
And Your Honor, there's an issue with that. I was appointed to his burglary case pre-indictment, but I saw Mr. Baird on that, and I had asked to be appointed on the UUMB. That's something I got to reach out to Mr. Baird, and we got to work that out, figure that out.
And Charlie was appointed to Mr. Solis's misdemeanor case yesterday as well.
All right.
I'll let the court know when we figure it out.
Okay, well, and is Mr. Baird already?
And Your Honor,
Hold on, sir. Mr. Baird, have you already done any substantive work on this case with his other cases?
I have, Your Honor. I have, Your Honor, and that's exactly what I was going to mention.
Okay, I'll appoint you on both. I'll appoint you on both the felonies.
And Your Honor, I did a bond hearing with Mr. Solis 4 months ago, so on the burglary habitation. So we need to figure exactly out who should be the attorney, and we'll work that out.
All right. Well, who's the attorney of record on the older?
I am on the pre-indictment burglary of a habitation. I had the appointment. I never knew that he was appointed a new attorney on that, and I did a bond hearing with him back in May.
Yes, Your Honor, and I think that was a.
All right. Well, there goes Mike. All right, Mr. Ernst, I guess you win then by default. Ms. Starling, I would hope that some of the folks who are here should be here for arraignments who don't have attorneys will show up, but they have not so far. So I would guess ask you just to observe for a while, take off whenever you need to, but make sure we have a contact number or something because people come dragging in late on occasion.
That's good. Would you like me to put my phone number in the chat?
Please.
Okay, I can do that, and I'll just stay on, and then I'll be in another hearing on my phone.
Sounds good. And I'm going to make Norma, I just made you the host.
Okay.
Thank you. You would make me the co-host. All right, civil docket in the interest of the Juke children. Mark Medley, Mr. Buttersworth. In the interest of Ryan Noel Briand, a child.
Judge, I didn't have you down doing the civil docket. I just have you for criminal for Karn and Wilson.
Oh, somebody said I was doing the, so I only had to, those are the only dockets I have? Cool.
Yes, sir.
So I don't have to listen to that long summary judgment?
No, sir.
Hey, it's a good day. All right, then I'll mark the people who need to confer as conferring. I already made Norma the host, so she's in charge of breakout rooms. I will start going through my judges queue. Let me know when you have something for me to work on. And how many pleas are we expecting today?
I believe we have 2, Your Honor, 1 MTR, 1 regular plea, and then again, if we could check on that dismissal for Roxanne May.
I'll go and work on that. And then how long are we going to need on Mr. Silva's hearing?
Your Honor, I anticipate, I'm not calling any witnesses. I'm just arguing law on that. So maybe 10 minutes at most.
All right, Mr. Leday.
Your Honor, I believe we just have argument as well.
Okay. All right. So we'll start that in just a few minutes. Let me go and look at the e-file docket and see what's stacked up for Karns and Wilson criminal.
Judge Wilson, if we just need a date, how do we get the next date?
Okay. You get that, Norma?
I will post them to chat to everyone.
And then once we repost the date with our cause number and clients, may we be excused?
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Norma, can I get a breakout room with Tina Gorecki, please?
Yes, ma'am.
Norma, I need to get a room with Allie, please.
Yes, sir.
Judge, I'm going to do her appointment sheet and then I will email that to you.
Thank you. All right, Ms. Nixon, I have no dismissals or criminal matters of any kind in my Karnes County judges folder. So if you want to just post that to me in chat, I will sign it.
Okay, thank you, Judge.
Okay, Mr. Perez, Richard Hankins did not answer.
Yes, sir. I believe he FTA'd last time.
Oh, okay. So he may have an open warrant?
Yes, sir. I haven't been able to find him.
Was that on the same case, do you think?
Yeah, yes, sir. I'm pretty sure it was on the same case.
All right, I'll put open warrant question mark. All right, I have Mark Orr a theft case, and I didn't call it because Mr. Barrera had answered on his other cases. Are you still on the theft case?
Yes, sir. Mr. Barrera has Mr. Orr on the more serious cases. I have him on a state jail theft and I think a burglary case. Mr. Barrera's cases are going to drive the bus on Mr. Orr. I'd like to just reset him if I could.
All right. Have you heard from him? He had not appeared when I called the docket.
Is that the probation department, Your Honor?
He is here now. Okay.
Yes, sir.
And I've talked to him many times in my office and on the phone. He knows that Mr. Barrera's case is the one that's going to control.
Okay. All right, that's fine if you want to just track.
Yes, sir.
All right, Mona Salceda.
I'd like to talk to Allie about that one.
All right, she answered, I believe.
Yes, sir.
And Mark Orr. Okay. All right. Norma is doing the breakout rooms if you need to confirm.
Yes, sir. Looks like I see it right here. Thank you.
And Your Honor, just briefly, Mr. Silva is not on, the Wilson County Sheriff's Department is not on Zoom. So I'm going to call down there because we're going to need him present for the hearing.
Okay, thank you. If not, we can.
Even they are logged on now.
Your Honor,
They
we're
are
logged
there.
on. I'm
Are
right
they
here,
logged
Your
on?
Honor.
Oh,
Yes.
okay. I'm sorry. I didn't see you guys.
Yes, they
Sorry.
didn't have the link. Nobody had emailed them the link, so I sent it to them.
We have the link now. Thank you.
Okay, appreciate it.
Okay, excellent. All right.
Is there a way I could speak to defendant Matthew Escobar in custody?
Where is he in custody?
Karnes County. He's right there. He's waving. He's on.
Okay. All right. Yes, if you speak with Norma, she can get you a breakout room.
Mr. Boyer, I'm going to give you breakout room number 3.
Did I get a breakout room assigned for Mr. Escobar?
Who's speaking?
Ms. De Los Santos.
What was it that you needed?
They mentioned that Mr. Escobar was going to go into a breakout room.
He's going to be on 3.
Okay, where would I find it? Because I don't see it on the bottom.
Ms. De Los Santos, did you receive it? I sent it.
Oh, you're on the phone? No, sorry. I'm sorry. Hold on. Let me check it again. Just 1 second. Where am I gonna? I don't. Mm-mm. It's not giving me an option. I don't see the reactions, participants, stop video.
Okay, how about more? Does one of them say more at the bottom?
No, sir.
Oh, it's a no arrow. Use yours to stop video. Press the little arrow.
No.
The stop video is not it.
No, that's not it. No, usually it'll pop up, but I'm not seeing anything.
Oh, what about view?
No, it just doesn't have this one yet.
Let me reappoint y'all to another room, see if it'll work.
Okay.
Okay, we're ready to start the Nick Silva cases.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. All right, I see Mr. Silva is present at the jail. Who's going to be speaking for the state?
I am, Your Honor.
All right, go ahead, Mr. Barrera.
Your Honor, I substituted in on this matter. I did not previously represent Mr. Silva at his bond revocation hearing. So understand that my understanding of the case is based on what I've been told by my client, his family, and the prosecution. My understanding is that Mr. Silva was out on bail for various theft cases in Wilson County and a theft case in Karnes County. While he was out on that bail, my understanding is that he picked up new felony offenses that were basically the same offense, a theft case involving some type of fraud. Mr. Silva was placed on conditions which required him to submit to UAs. And my understanding is that Mr. Silva tested positive during a UA. The state filed a motion to revoke his bail, and pursuant to a hearing, the court revoked his bail and ordered that he be held without bail. And if I'm incorrect on any of that, Miss Whitney may be able to correct me, but that's my understanding of the history of the case up to this point.
That, for the most part, that's correct, Stephen. When he was placed on conditions back in February of this year, that was because his bond had previously been revoked as well. So this, so a month ago, we had the second bond revocation hearing.
Right. My understanding is the first revocation was triggered by new offenses, and then the second revocation was triggered by this dirty UA.
Correct.
And so what we're asking for, Your Honor, is under the Texas Constitution, Article 1, Section 11, all prisoners are entitled to bail by sufficient sureties unless for capital offenses. And what we're asking for is that Mr. Silva have bail set on these cases so that we're not dealing with a constitutional violation. We're asking for reasonable bail, whatever the court needs to feel comfortable with Mr. Silva being out on bail, whether that's an ankle monitor, color wheel, whatever it may be. We're happy to comply with that, but our position would be that Mr. Silva is entitled to bail, given that he has not been convicted of anything. These cases are pending, and the violation that was alleged at that last revocation hearing was simply for a dirty UA and was not anything relating to safety of a victim or anything like that. So we are asking, considering that Mr. Silva's revocation did not fall within that limited scope of reasons that the court is allowed to hold somebody without bail, like violation of a protective order involving safety of the victim, violation of protective order in sex offense cases. This was not, triggered for a new offense that had to do with the safety of the victim. This revocation was solely due to a dirty UA. We'd ask the court to set reasonable bail on these cases.
All right. What says the state?
Your Honor, in regards with Mr. Burr's argument, we were looking at the case law, and he's correct. Looking at the case law, it looks like the courts have upheld that no bonds can be set for victim safety as well as community safety. Our argument here would be, Your Honor, that obviously if the court is inclined to reinstate a bond, this was his second motion to revoke bond. Court had already placed him on very strict bond guidelines, that being house arrest along with the monitor. He still obviously tested positive, which meant somebody actually brought him the drugs to his home. I'm sure Judge Wilson, as you will recall, there were some questions whether or not Mr. Silva was actually telling the truth during that hearing. If the court's inclined to reinstate a bond, we would ask that the bond be set, at $500,000. I do believe there would be a community safety issue here, concern, because all of these cases are dealing with victims. And, if somebody were to call Mr. Silva that's completely unaware of what is going on, the fact is he has with all of these cases, he has shown there's a tendency for him to mislead the public and to take money from the public. That would be the state's concern, Your Honor. And if the court is inclined to reinstate bond, we would also ask that all of the conditions previously put in place by this court be put back in place.
And Your Honor, just to respond, Ms. Whitney is correct that, the court could deny bail if there was a violation of a condition of release related to the safety of the community. However, you'd have to make a finding by preponderance of the evidence at that hearing. This violation was due to a dirty UA. I don't think there's any allegation that since the time that Mr. Silva was put on house arrest with the ankle monitor, that he committed a new offense or endangered the safety of the community. The allegation is after the court put those additional protections in place, his violation was that he tested positive for drugs. And so our argument would be that that is not a violation of a provision that's related to the safety of the victim or the safety of the community. I don't know whether there was a finding made at that hearing. I was not present for that, but we would ask that the court reinstate bond with those conditions. And I think those conditions do ensure the safety of the community. If he's not allowed to leave, these are theft cases, Judge. So if he's not allowed to leave his house, he's under house arrest, then I do think that the safety of the community is not at issue here.
Where are we going on these cases? Do the attorneys have an idea about that?
Your Honor, I just substituted in not that long ago. And so I'm still in the process of getting discovery on these cases. And I don't know what the outcome will be, but we're still working on them.
And Your Honor, I can tell you the state's position would be that we will be seeking time in these cases.
I don't know Mr. Silva well, but I've known him some for many years. I'm grieved that he got into this situation. Part of what I want to do is try and make sure that he has an opportunity to address whatever issues, which I think we all suspect are drugs, that have had him behaving this way. And I want to both protect the public and keep him from digging the hole that he's in any deeper. So I will reinstate the previous bonds with the same conditions and an increase in the amount of the bond of 50%. And if the attorneys will confer on an order for that, I will sign it. If you can't reach an agreement on the text of it, we can have a hearing on that.
That's fine, Your Honor. I'll confer with Ms. Whitney. We'll get an order to the court.
Okay.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you, Your Honor.
And Your Honor, I have an announcement whenever the court's ready.
Go ahead.
Ben Reyes is online. He's under Ben Info. Mr. Reyes, can you please raise your hand?
No, I saw him.
Okay.
Ben Info.
Okay. Thank you, Your Honor. I just making sure to mark him present.
Your Honor, I have a question as well, please, on
Yes, ma'am.
Nick Silva. So we will need to set also a new date out in the future, a Wilson County date, because all 4 of his cases are on this docket and they do not have any other future dates.
Okay, I'll ask the attorneys to get together on that too.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, now Tina De Leon, she was a no-show today? Did Tina De Leon appear? I guess Miss Nixon's out.
Judge, I got a note that Miss Nixon is frozen on Zoom and she's trying to get that done right now. If not, she may appear on either I or Miss Whitney's screen.
I just got back on, I believe. I'm sorry, Judge.
Yes, and that was the case you were going to dismiss?
No, it's Roxanne May. I'm sending that to you now.
Okay. Did Tina De Leon appear?
I do not have a note. Val?
No, she did not appear, Your Honor.
He did not appear here either in the clerk's office.
Okay. All right, because I've just been sent a affidavit of surety to surrender, and I will deny it on the grounds that she's already failed to appear.
Judge, this is Robert Maurer. I missed the docket call. I had been sent the Zoom link for the civil docket. And my client, Mr. Batson, is on. I received notice yesterday he was set. I gave notice again this morning, and I'd asked for a reset for arraignment. We just got notice yesterday about 4:30 that he was set, and he should be logged on now.
All right, Mr. Batson? W. Batts, is that him?
That should be Mr. Unmute yourself, William. There he is. That's him, Judge. He's just muted.
The W. Batts?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right, and I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, I'm here, Your Honor.
Okay, and what were you wanting to do?
Judge, I just received notice yesterday that he was set this morning. I'd ask for a reset so I can file a waiver of arraignment. I actually have 4 different district courts all at 9 o'clock, including Comal and Guadalupe County and Bear and yours.
Okay. Okay. So I know I wasn't first. Was I fourth that you showed up? Or?
Well, I was waiting for you, as well as I was actually on with Judge Ellison, but it was his civil docket. They sent me the wrong.
Okay. All right, that's fine. Just get with Norma for a date, and and if you will post that to me in chat, just send me the cause number, your client's name, and the date in that
Yes,
order, with no extraneous chat, please.
All right, thank you, Judge. May my client and I be excused after I post this chat?
Yes.
All right, thank you.
All right, and Mr. Perez, I received your post on Mr. Orr. Did your other clients didn't show up?
I posted one for Orr and Salceda, and
Okay.
then Hankins didn't show up, Judge.
Okay, all right. So you're thank you.
Thank you.
Mr. Mauer, on that Batson,
Yes,
if you'll
ma'am.
set it for 1:14
That's
for
perfect.
arraignment.
Yes, ma'am. Perfect.
Thank you.
Maybe excused, Judge?
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
All right, there's somebody has a 361 area code phone number that ends in 318. Who is that?
That is Jonathan Hart.
Jonathan Hart. Okay.
Yes, sir.
And Mr. Hart, do you have an attorney? I don't recall in this case.
Yes, sir. His name is Richard Briggs.
All right, Mr. Briggs is conferring, I believe, so I will mark you present and we'll let him know that you're here.
Thank you very much.
Judge, it's my understanding that Mr. Walls skated and did not return to his PSI interview. I don't expect him to come today, and with the understanding that we'll submit an order on Mr. Walls, may me and Ms. Whitney be excused? I'm sorry, on Mr. Silva.
Yes, I received the PSI, but I don't typically read those until court because quite often they either abscond or it gets worked out. So I didn't know he had not went back, but that's fine. Thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
Your Honor, quick question, if you don't mind.
Yes, we're through with Mr. Silva.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Hey. Thank you, Your Honor.
Norma, I got a breakout room notice. Is that correct?
Ms. Nixon, yes, it is correct.
Okay, I will
With
join
Mr.
it.
Baird. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Judge, I'm back after talking with Matthew Escobar.
Yes, sir.
I'm back after talking with Matthew Escobar. I've just filed a waiver of arraignment.
Okay, filed with who?
I e-filed it.
Oh, okay, all right, I will wait for that. What date was on there?
Pre-trial, January 14th.
Okay. All right, you are excused, thank you.
Thank you, sir.
All right, I've just sent the denial of the affidavit of surety to surrender and the in De Leon and the dismissal in May to the clerk's office.
I received them, Judge. Thank you.
All right, and I have a message from the clerk asking about, they have arraignments from different defendants and they weren't forwarded through e-file. They should be posted in chat. I don't know that we've had a hard and fast rule. We probably need to make one. If you would just post them to me in chat for today, and I guess my answer would be, I need to think about that. If people are filing their waiver of arraignment a week or 10 days out, I don't want the defendants to have to, and attorneys to have to show up on chat just to say, hey, Judge, we filed a waiver of arraignment 2 weeks ago. It's been signed already. If it's like the same morning, yeah, the attorneys need to show up and file it. And I would want the attorneys to show up and file it. They don't have to have the clerk be in charge of it. Okay, and here comes Tina De Leon. All right, Ms. De Leon, I'm asking you to unmute your phone or your electronic device.
Sorry, this is the first time. I've never done it like this before. Okay.
All right. And where were you at 9 o'clock?
Well, I just got the info that it was today. My dad told me that they had dropped the charge, so.
Okay. All right. Is Ms. Nixon on? Yes.
Let me just look. I'm not aware of that, but let me look, Judge.
And ma'am, do you have an attorney to represent you in this case?
No, ma'am. No, sir.
No, Judge, it is still currently open.
Okay. Do you have enough money to hire your own attorney?
No, sir.
Okay. All right. Is Molly still on? Yes.
Yes,
Okay. Can you interview Ms. De Leon in a breakout room?
I sure can, Judge.
All right. I'm going to ask you, you ought to get a message in just a moment down at the bottom of your screen, a blue pop-up box to go to a breakout room. That's a separate room, and you have a chance to speak with Molly Zertuche, and she will get you to fill out an affidavit for a court-appointed attorney. I will see if you are eligible for one, and if you are, I will appoint the public defender's office to represent you.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Molly and Ms. De Leon, I'm going to give you breakout room number 8.
Okay.
Molly, Ms. De Leon's already in breakout room number 8.
Okay, nothing came up on my screen.
Let me move y'all again.
Yeah, nothing's on there, Norma.
Yeah, she moved again to room 9, but I'm not sure why yours is not. And you went to your more button?
Let's see here. Okay, now.
All right, Mr. Ernst, are you on a telephone?
I am.
All right. I've sent a copy of the appointment on the new case on Tina Gorecki to the district clerk's office. I can't send it to you because you're on a phone.
And Your Honor, I've actually filed a waiver of arraignment on that new case already. May Ms. Gorecki be excused after I typed in the new reset date?
Yes.
Thank you.
And Judge, Ms. Skorecki was one of the waiver of arraignments that I just accepted. Do you want Kyle to post that to chat?
That's fine too. Yes, ma'am. If he had, well, I don't think he can because he's on his phone.
I can post it. Let me post it.
I can email it to you, Judge.
I'll take care of it, Kyle.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, Judge, I just sent you Gorecki's and De Leon's appointment.
Thank you. Okay. And what did you send me on Gorecki?
Angelica, the clerk's office, I sent you the waiver of arraignment.
Oh, the waiver of arraignment. Okay, I'm sorry. Let me, all right. I had sent you one that said Gorecki AFF for affidavit, and you sent me one Gorecki ARR, and I thought for a moment they were the same one. I thought, why are you sending that back? But okay. I just sent that to you, and
Thank you, Judge.
all right, and I received the Gorecki. I did not receive another one. Is that De Leon?
Yes, sir. Should have been De Leon's.
It has not arrived. Oh, it was emailed, okay.
Norma or Val, can you, I'm just checking, did Mr. Batson appear?
Yes.
Yes, he did.
He did.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
And Ally, on that Batson matter, he did again a new date of 1/14.
114, thank you. And
Yes,
who is his attorney? I'm sorry.
Attorney Robert Maurer.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's right. That was when my computer froze. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I just sent the clerk the signed affidavit for indigency appointment for De Leon.
Can you send me a copy as well, Judge, so I can keep for my files?
Done? Okay, ready to go on anything else?
I know Kyle saw that he was missing a signature on Mr. Sanchez, and he's working on that.
Yeah, Your Honor, the paperwork's all done on Mr. Sanchez. There's just a certificate appeal on one of his cases. I'm waiting to get that sent back, and I'll email you the paperwork and let the court know when we're ready.
Okay, and are those MTRs or new cases?
They're MTRs, Your Honor, both of them.
All right, thank you. All right, and Ms. De Leon, the Public Defender's Office has been appointed to represent you. One of the attorneys from there, Ms. Starling, is left her computer running, but she had to make an appearance in another case. So you just need to hold on for a while. I will tell you that right before you appeared, I had received an affidavit of surety to surrender where your bond company had said that you were not following the rules with the bond company and that they wanted to surrender you on the bond, okay? You had failed to appear, so I signed an order denying that, telling them it was too late because you had already failed to appear for court. You have now shown back up. I will give you an opportunity to make that right with the bond company because I've already signed that order and sent it to the clerk's office, but I've got to tell you that whatever you need to do to get that squared away with them or to find someone else to go on your bond, if you need to get that taken care of because if they are not made happy, they will refile their motion to surrender you on the bond. You might discuss that with your attorney too.
Your Honor,
Yes, ma'am.
on the Wilson County cases, they have posted the dates for Nick Silva. And on William Walls, has the state requested a NICI be called on that one?
I believe so, yes.
So I will send some blank NICI. I will email those to you. Do you want me to double bond from the last bond or leave it blank and you will figure it out?
Leave it blank and I'll look at it.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Mr. Ernst, are you still on?
Yes. What's going on?
Okay, Norma, can I get a breakout room with Mr. Ernst, please?
Yes, ma'am. Mr. Briggs in probation, you'll have breakout room number 3.
Thank you, Norma. I'll get him in there.
Thank you.
Thank you, Norma.
Yes, sir.
All right. And does Mr. Reyes, Ben Reyes, have an attorney?
His attorney is Kyle Ernst, Your Honor.
I think Judge, I think Norma had emailed you short order forms on Ben Reyes and Abel Solis and Tina Gorecki.
All right, let me check. I'd gotten some. I didn't see anything else, but it may be here now.
Okay.
My apologies, Judge. My list must be not right.
And Your Honor, the waivers were filed for the new cases for Gorecki and Reyes. The only one was Abel Solis that wasn't filed. Once you confirm you've received those for Mr. Reyes, can he be excused?
Yes. They were filed where?
I e-filed the waiver of arraignments for the new cases, and then Norma emailed you the short order appointments for their new cases.
Okay, yes. Like I said, the waivers have not made it through to me, but that's fine. Go ahead, as long as they've been filed.
Okay,
Judge, I'll go ahead and post them to chat. I'll post both the way. I actually have 3 of them. I'll go ahead and send them right now.
And Mr. Reyes and Ms. Gorecki, if you're still on, you're excused. You can sign off.
And Mr. Ernst, on those dates, you had 218?
I had 114 on those,
Okay, very good.
on all of them. And then for Abel
Yes, sir.
Solis, I just be requesting for, because he's being for 114 to monitor over the waiver of arraignment.
Okay,
And I'll
yes,
post
sir.
that. I will post that in
Thank you.
chat.
Yes, sir.
Good morning, Ms. Walters.
Good morning, Judge. How are you?
Good. Your office has received one appointment this morning. Ms. Starling is in another court. I sent her a copy of it. So I don't know if you want a copy of that appointment, if you want to just hold on for Ms. Starling to come back.
You can send it to me. That's fine.
All right. Let's see. Everyone is in alphabetical order except you. It has you as the first. I was looking down at the T's, Ms. Walters, so
Oh,
I don't know why that happened.
thank you, Judge. I just got it. I don't know if Kathy already told you, but we have a training at 11:30, so we'll need to be excused for a little while and we can come back afterwards if you need us.
No, but that's fine.
Thank you. Is Miss De Leon still on here?
She was just a moment ago. Yes, Tina De Leon.
Can
Yes,
I get
ma'am.
an,
If you need a breakout room, Norma's doing those.
please?
Ms. Walters, I'll give you breakout room number 4.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
Norma, if Kathy comes back, can you send her in with me?
Yes, ma'am, I will.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
Judge, when you get a chance, can I get a copy of the Gorecki affidavit form, please?
Okay.
And Judge, when you have a moment, I wanted to verify something with you, if I could.
Go ahead.
In the Wilson County case on Walls, we issue, revoke his bond and issue a capias.
I haven't signed that yet, but yes,
Okay, just wanted to make sure they were checking with me.
yes.
Judge. And Judge, may I be excused for a brief moment?
Yes.
Thank you.
Hello,
Yes, what's your name?
Ernest Sanders Jr.
All right, sir, hold on just a moment. And Ernest Sanders Jr. Okay, and where are you, Mr. Sanders?
I'm home at the house.
Oh, okay, because I had been told you were in custody. All right.
Hello, sir.
Okay, and your attorney is Michael Baird?
Yes, sir.
All right, if you will hold on, he has already left the meeting. We will get in touch with Mr. Baird. So hold on, please.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Norma, do you have a number for him?
Yes, sir, I can contact him and give him a call to log back in.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
I'll do it. Just tell me when it's saved.
Okay,
And
I'm
then
gonna do it right now.
and I'll email it to me. I'll be right there.
Oh, okay, you're good.
Judge, do you have somebody from the clerk's office who can get me a copy of the indictment so I can review it with the client?
They're online.
What indictment did you need?
Miss De Leon, Tina De Leon?
Okay, I'll post it in chat to you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
And are you doing arraignments or do you prefer waivers?
I would much prefer a waiver. And we have forms.
I would need that too then, please.
Okay. Who has the forms? Is that the DA's office? Oh, there's Ms. Starling. Okay.
I texted her.
All right. Is
I
it
can
the
send you the
DA's?
waiver of arraignment form.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you very much. If you will send those, actually, you can send both of those to Kathy, if that's okay. And then if y'all wouldn't mind, Norma, if you could put Kathy in the same breakout room. And Judge, just so that we know kind of going into this, are you comfortable with just us signing the waivers or do you need the client's signature on it as well?
We've always asked to have the client's signature. It can be, I don't know why, maybe it's this tradition.
I have most of the counties I've been working in don't require the client signature as long as the attorney says that they went over it with the client.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, thank you.
And we'll do that for everyone, I guess. I'll check with Lynn. I don't remember.
Okay. I appreciate it.
It's on the waiver. That's on the waiver, you mean?
Right, right. We would just have language included that the attorney went over the waiver with the client, and then just the attorney's signature is usually sufficient. And if you guys aren't comfortable with that, that's fine. I just feel like, especially over Zoom, that might be an easier way to get the paperwork done.
Yes.
Ms. Walters and Ms. Starling, did y'all get that request for that breakout room number 4?
I have it. I got the indictment. Kathy, do you have the waiver?
I have the request to join the breakout room. Let me see if Jennifer sent me the waiver.
Can somebody drop it into my chat and that way I'll just have it. I can send it to Kathy.
Ms. Walters, did you need the room again with Ms. De Leon?
I don't. I just am waiting to
Okay.
get the waiver of arraignment from you guys, and then I'll go back in there.
Okay, yes, ma'am.
And is that with the geo facility? I was going to request a breakout room with the Karn's geo facility for Ruben Sanchez.
Is the Geo online?
I believe that's Mr. Sanchez in the red.
Okay, I'll put y'all.
Norma, do you have the arraignment waiver?
I'm sending it now. I had to scan it.
Oh, you've got it. Thank you. I got it. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Miss Norma? Okay, okay, there it is. See, earlier we can.
Mr. Ernst, I gave you breakout room number 1 and Karnes County Geo breakout room number 1.
Okay.
Unmute it.
Yes, Mr. Sanders.
Yes, sir. No, I was waiting for my attorney.
All right, Mr. Baird?
Yes.
Yes, and he's supposed to be on. Okay, just hold on.
Okay.
I'm asking him to start his video.
Okay. Okay.
All right, Mr. Baird, do you need a breakout room with Mr. Sanders?
With who? I'm sorry.
Ernest Sanders, he appeared about 10 minutes ago.
Oh yes, absolutely, Judge.
Okay, get with Norma, please.
I will. Thank you.
Mr. Baird, breakout room number 10 with Mr. Sanders.
Okay. Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Mr. Baird, if you can join breakout room number 10, please. Your client's in there.
Okay, yes, ma'am. I was looking at the link just popped up just now.
Thank you.
Hey, Norma, what are the reset dates?
They're listed way
It,
on the top menu, way in the top of the chat. They're listed all the way in the top.
In the top of what? The chat?
I think you came in late, right?
Yeah, it won't be
Yeah.
long.
Oh, okay, you're not gonna get that chat. I'll copy it and I'll send it to you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, and what day did Mr. Batson get?
he
218.
got one. Let me get it for you, Your Honor. He got 114, Your Honor.
Because Robert Maurer posted 12/15/20 as the next hearing.
No, sir.
Yeah, that's today, so. 114, okay.
Judge, do you want the waiver sent to you? I just sent it to Norma.
That's fine. Just post it in chat while we're here.
Okay. Just to everyone?
To me, it's great, and I'll sign it and send it to the clerk.
So I was looking at the form. I think that the reason that we require signatures on it is because it also has the dates where people have to come back. And so I think that it is the acknowledgement of the reset. And so what I did on this one is I just typed in that I reviewed it with her where her signature would go and put on there that the court admonished her of her reset date.
Okay, that's fine.
Thank you.
So I'll look at that in just a moment and see what reset date do you have?
The 2/18 for pretrial?
All right, so Ms. De Leon, you understand that you have to be back in court on the 18th of February unless your attorney or the court clerk contact you sooner than that with a different date?
Yes, yes, sir. February 18th?
Yes, and did you have a chance to speak to your attorney about the issue with the bond company?
I just got off the phone with Miss Shirley right now.
Okay, all right, excellent.
Thank you.
You're excused.
Thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
Yes, ma'am.
Do you anticipate needing us for anything else today?
No, if people haven't shown up by now, they're probably not going to.
Okay, if anybody else does show up and you need us, then you can shoot me a text or Norma can, and I'll come back.
Okay, I appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right, and is Daniel Morales Jr. online?
I'm right here, sir.
All right, thank you. Okay, I just wanted to lay eyes on you. All right, thanks a lot. Just hold on. All right. Ms. Starling, are you still online? Okay, Norma can, it's direct message, never mind.
Were you trying to unmute me, Judge?
Yes, do you have Minu's number?
Yeah, of course.
Send it to me in chat. The PDF will not open that she sent on the waiver of arraignment. I think that's a Zoom issue, but once it says it won't open it, it'll never open it on Zoom.
Would you like me to message her?
Please.
To send it to Jennifer, or where should I have her send it?
If she could just email it to me, it's fine.
Okay. Does she have your email, Your Honor?
I would expect. If not, I'll text it. I'll message it to you in chat right now.
Okay. Okay, I see it. I'll message her right now.
Okay, so where do we stand on our pleas?
YouTube. Your Honor, I'm about to email him. I'm announcing on another docket right now.
All right, thank you.
Your Honor, we have Stefan Bailey's paperwork. I emailed it to Mr. Briggs. I'm just waiting for him to e-sign it and then email it back to me so I can send it to you, Judge.
Thank you. And Mr. Briggs,
Yes.
I don't know if she's still on. You had a client who showed up late, Taylor Reynolds.
Yes, I saw that, Judge. I also saw Jonathan Hart.
Yes.
And Your Honor, I just emailed you both plea paperworks, and we're ready whenever the court is.
Okay.
On Ruben Sanchez.
Let him show up. All right, calling State versus Ruben Sanchez.
Defense is ready, Your Honor.
State's ready, Your Honor.
All right, and is that Mr. Sanchez at the box that marked Karns?
He has blonde yellow hair. That's it.
That's him in the box marked Karns?
Yep.
Okay, we need to get that unmuted so I can speak with him.
Present, Your Honor.
Okay. Excuse me. All right. Mr. Sanchez, can you speak, read, and write this English language?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And are you the same Ruben Sanchez who, in cause number 18679, on November the 26th of 2018, was placed on 7 years probation for the second-degree felony offense of robbery?
Yes, sir.
And are you also the same Ruben Sanchez who on November 26, 2018 was placed on 7 years probation with a 10-year underlying sentence? And in both of these cause numbers, the underlying sentence that's probated is 10 years. That was for the third-degree felony of assault on a public servant.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And you understand the state is alleging that you have violated the terms of your probation in these cases and is asking to have your probation revoked so that you would have to serve all or part of your underlying sentence?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, specifically, in both cases, the state is alleging that you failed to report to your probation officer as required by Rule 11 of your probation. That is, they say that you failed to report to your probation officer as directed in May, September of 2019, and in June through October of 2020. So understand what it is the state is alleging that you did wrong. Okay, is that a yes? Okay, and is that in both cases?
Mr. Sanchez, speak up.
Yes, sir.
All right, do you need to get that, Mr. Ernst, or somebody?
It's not on my end.
Okay.
I don't believe so.
All right,
it was on our end right here.
Oh, okay, because it kept lighting up around Mr. Ernst. All right. Where was I? You understand that whatever plea bargain you and your attorney have worked out with the state of Texas is not binding on me. I do not have to follow it?
Yes,
You understand?
yes, sir.
Okay, but if I do decide not to follow the plea bargain that you've worked out with the state, I will let you withdraw your plea. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
And do you understand, sir, that if I follow the plea bargain agreement and the sentence I impose is not harder on you than what you have agreed to, you understand that you will not be able to appeal this matter?
Yes, sir.
I'm going to talk to you, everybody.
I want to show you some documents that appear to have your signature. They're titled Written Waiver and Consent to Stipulation of Testimony, Motion to Revoke or Adjudicate. And in the cause number that ends in 79, I'm going to ask you on page 3, is this your signature?
Yes, sir.
And do you swear or affirm that everything that appears above your signature is true and correct?
Yes, sir.
And did you also sign at the plea bargain agreement?
Yes, sir.
Waiver of time to file motion for new trial?
Yes, sir.
Certification of appeal?
Yes, sir.
Okay, all right. Now, I also want to ask you about the cause number 18228, which I will call the 28 case. On the 28 case, did you sign on page 3?
Yes, sir.
And do you swear or affirm that everything that appears above your signature on here on page 3 in the 28 case is true and correct?
Yes, sir.
And did you also sign where it says plea bargain agreement?
Yes, sir.
Waiver of time to file motion for new trial?
Yes, sir.
And on the certification of appeal?
Yes, sir.
Did you read these documents yourself, or did your attorney, Mr. Ernst, read and explain them to you?
Yes, sir.
Did you understand these documents before you signed them?
Yes, sir.
And are you satisfied with the work that Mr. Ernst has done for you as your attorney?
Yes, sir.
Counsel, do you believe that your client understands the nature of the rights he's giving up, the stipulations of evidence he's making, and the consequences of his plea bargain?
Yes, Your Honor, he does.
Okay, sir. In both cases, I'll find that you made your waivers of right and your stipulations of evidence knowingly, intelligently, and voluntarily, and I will approve them. And I'll ask you, in the 7-9 case, to the allegation that you failed to report to your probation officer as you were directed to do so, is that true or not true?
True.
Okay. And in the 2-8 case, the allegation that you failed to report to your probation officer as you were directed to do so, is that true or not true?
True.
All right, I'll accept your pleas of true and ask what evidence the state has to substantiate the violations.
Your Honor, the state offers State's Exhibit A attachments.
No objections.
Without objection, State's Exhibit A and its attachments are admitted into evidence. Both sides rest and close at this stage?
State rests and close, Your Honor.
Defense rest and close.
Okay, I'll find that the state has substantiated the violations of the probation agreement in both cases, and that a change needs to be made in the disposition. Are both sides ready for that hearing?
State's ready, Your Honor.
Defense is ready.
Is there either a pre-sentence investigation or a waiver of one?
Waiver of one, Your Honor.
All right, what is the plea bargain in this case?
To revoke the defendant's probation, Your Honor, and sentence him to 7 years in the Texas Department of Corrections. We will also be submitting 1245s on 2 cause numbers are attached to the paperwork. They're an unindicted case from Karnes County, KPD 2019-17758, and another Karnes County case, KPD 2010-08-01797.
Okay, and how much time served is the defendant, Mr. Sanchez, going to get credit for?
He has 184 days credit, Your Honor.
And is that in both cases?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Hey, Mr. Sanchez, did you hear all of that?
Yes, sir.
Is that your agreement with the state?
Yes, sir.
Did the state's attorney add anything or leave anything out?
No, sir.
And are those 180 days the correct number of days that you're entitled to credit for?
I'm not quite sure on that one.
180.
And Your Honor, I believe if that is correct, if there is an issue, we just asked for that, to bring that to the court, but we believe that number is correct. I just haven't looked at the judgment.
Okay, do you need a chance to speak to your client in a breakout room about that?
No, Your Honor, we've already said the number of days should be correct. Just if there's maybe a day or two, I just want to leave that open if there is an issue, but it sounds accurate.
Okay. All right. So, Mr. Sanchez, are you asking me to proceed with your plea right now, or are you asking me to delay to give you and your attorney a chance to investigate whether you're entitled to more credit for time?
Yes.
That was not a yes or no, that was an A or B. Which one is it?
B.
Okay. And we will recess this, and I'll give you all an opportunity to get the time. Thank you, ma'am. To get the time straight.
And join the breakout room, Mr. Sanchez.
All right. Breakout room, Rachel. You just breakout room. I'm telling you, I need to go to the breakout room.
How do they do it?
See if there's in the bottom?
This one?
No, to the up.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Take it.
And Your Honor, we're ready. I don't know if he came back from the breakout room or not.
I don't see him yet.
I'm going to hop back in. And Your Honor, we're back. He's back as well, and we're ready to proceed.
Okay. And Mr. Sanchez, you've had an opportunity to speak to your attorney in breakout room?
Yes, sir.
And are you ready to proceed today or right now with credit for 184 days served?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. Anything else on either side?
Nothing
Nothing
from the
from the
defense.
state.
All right, then I'll find I have enough evidence to make a decision without a precedence investigation. I will follow the plea bargain agreement. In each of these cases, I will sentence you to 7 years confinement in the Department of Criminal Justice. Is there any legal reason why sentence should not now be imposed?
No, Your Honor, it's not.
All right, is the order, judgment, and decree of the court that you be taken by the sheriff of Karnes County and transported to the authorized receiving agent of the Department of Criminal Justice. You'll be confined for a period of 7 years on each case. Your sentences will commence today. They will run concurrently with each other and any other sentences you may be under. And you will receive credit on each count for 184 days served so far on these charges. So you understand, sir, that because I have followed the plea bargain agreement, that you have waived the right to appeal and you may not appeal.
Yes, sir.
Okay, I'll find that you made your post-trial waivers knowingly, intelligently, and voluntarily, and I will approve them. And I will certify in each of these cases to the Court of Appeals that these are plea bargain cases where you've waived the right to appeal and you have no right to appeal. And that concludes these matters. I'm get these signed up and I will send them back to the clerk's office. And where are the judgments coming from?
They're coming from probation for me, Judge. I put them on the chat for you.
All right, thank you.
I will get the thumbprints later from a bailiff to go get them at the GO facility, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you.
And Your Honor, the only case I have left on the docket, it's on the Wilson docket. It's William Walls, and there's 4 cases. I haven't been able to get in touch with him, and I was asking the court if I could be excused.
Yes, I'm not expecting him to appear at this point.
Okay, thank you, Judge.
They've already called the nice eyes. I just haven't signed them.
Okay, thank you, Judge.
All right, give me a moment to work on this one now.
Mr. Briggs, can you join breakout room number 2?
In just a moment. Thank you, Norma.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Are we done with the detainees or not yet?
Oh, we're done with Mr. Sanchez. Who else is there?
Escobar?
All right, what's going on with Escobar?
Yes, Judge. He was reset to January 14th.
Okay, then, so we're done with everyone in Geo?
Yes, sir.
All right, then, yes, we're done. Thank you for having them there.
Okay, thank you. So we're done?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, thank you, ma'am.
Your Honor,
Yes.
on Tricia Urrutia, we're waiting to see if we're getting a reset or what's going on with her. We haven't heard back from Mr. Briggs.
All right, he's online, maybe confirming.
Thank you.
She's going to be reset. She can go back.
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Your Honor, this is Kathy Starling. Can I be excused?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
Okay, everybody who sent me things, documents in chat on Bailey and Ruben Sanchez and all of that. The reason I think the issues are with Zoom when I couldn't open the document from Minu Walters a few minutes ago is that once that starts to happen, it says every one of them is corrupted. So I'm going to leave and then sign back in and ask you to resend them. If that doesn't work, you can email them. So I'll be right back.
Okay, Judge.
Okay, I'm back. If people would resend the judgments on Sanchez and Bailey, whatever I was sent on that.
You want me to send it to you again on chat, Your Honor? We want to try it
Yeah,
again?
just send me just one and let's see if it works.
Okay.
Works fine now.
Okay, Judge, I'll send you the other one because he had two cases.
Thank you. Okay, and who else do we have? Bailey, was it?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, and those were corrupted also, so someone can resend me those papers.
Okay, Judge, I'll send them to you. I have them.
Okay, I just sent you the two Sanchez judgments.
Okay, thank you, Judge.
Can we try and get another thumbprint on Mr. Bailey?
Yes, sir. We did it twice, but it shows good on my paper copy, but the scan, it just takes off certain spots on the thumb. I don't know if you can see on my screen. It looks,
You can't, oh, well.
yeah, it looks
I
good.
try to, yeah, that looks fine there. Okay.
But when I scan it, it just takes off some of it.
All right, well, it's just a deferred, so it's not a final judgment, so.
I can walk this over to the clerk's office, Judge, so they can have this one.
That's fine, just put it in the file. It's a lot more important on the final judgments.
Okay.
All right, calling State versus Stefan Bailey. Are both sides ready?
Yes, sir.
State's ready.
Okay.
Your Honor, Mr. Briggs is still in a breakout
Yeah.
room. Let me
Yeah,
get
Mr.
in
Briggs
there.
didn't. Okay, that's fine.
Okay.
We're gonna have to wait one way or another. If you don't interrupt him, let's just wait
Okay, that's fine.
for a while.
Judge, I see Mr. Bailey sitting there. Are we getting ready to do his plea?
Yes. Are you ready?
Yes.
All right. Calling 2976 State versus, is it Stefan?
It is Stephen, Your Honor.
Stephen Bailey. Are both sides ready?
State's ready, Your Honor.
Ready.
And Stephen Shane Bailey?
Yes, sir.
All right. Is that your true and correct name?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Bailey, can you speak, read, and write the English language?
Yes, sir.
Are you a United States citizen?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Despite your representation that you are a United States citizen, I need to caution you, but if that is not true, any finding of guilt by me or plea of guilt by you could result in your deportation or exclusion from this country and/or a denial of naturalization benefits. Do you still wish to enter a plea today?
Yes, sir.
I'm sorry?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Do you have any history of mental health problems or mental illness?
No, sir.
All right. You stand charged by indictment with the state jail felony offense of possession of a controlled substance, methamphetamine, in an amount of less than 1 gram, alleged to have been May 5th, 2018. A state jail felony in Texas is punishable by confinement for not more than 2 years and not less than 180 days. So do you understand what you're charged with and what the range of punishment is?
I do, Your Honor.
You understand the plea bargain agreement you have with the state is not binding on me. I do not have to follow it, but if I decide not to follow it, I will allow you to withdraw your plea.
Understood.
If I do follow the plea bargain agreement you've worked out with the state and the sentence I impose is not harder on you than what you've agreed to, do you understand that you will not be able to appeal this matter?
I do, Your Honor.
You understand also that if your plea bargain agreement is for deferred adjudication probation and I was to decide to follow it, I would find that there was enough evidence to say that you were guilty, but I would not do so. Instead, I would place you on deferred adjudication probation. And if you successfully completed that, the case against you would be dismissed. You would have no conviction, and you might even be able to get a order of non-disclosure to keep the state from telling anyone other than law enforcement that you were even arrested. On the other hand, if while you're on deferred adjudication probation, the state was to allege that you were breaking the rules, then you could be arrested, brought back to court, and there would be a hearing on just that. Did you break the rules of your deferred? And if it turns out that you did, then you could be found guilty and sentenced to anything that is a legal sentence for a state jail felony, 180 days to 2 years confinement and a fine not to exceed $10,000.
Understood.
Okay. All right. I want to show you some documents that appear to have your signature.
Okay.
They're titled Admonitions to the Defendant for Plea to the Court. Fiddle. Okay. All right. Let me ask on page 4, paragraph 2.11, is that your signature?
It is indeed.
Okay. And on page 5, where it says verification, is this your signature?
That is my signature as well.
Okay. All right. And do you swear or affirm to the clerk that everything that appears above your signature on verification is true and correct?
Yes, Your Honor, I do.
All right. I'm going to ask the clerk's office to go ahead and take the oath on this in just a moment when I send it to them.
Yes, sir.
And did you also sign on the certification of appeal?
I did.
On the agreed punishment recommendations?
Yes, sir.
The waiver of preservation of evidence?
Sir.
And on the discovery compliance certificate?
Yes, sir.
Did you read these documents yourself, or did your attorney, Mr. Briggs, read or explain them to you?
Yes, sir.
All right. Did you understand all of these documents before you signed them?
Crystal clear.
And are you satisfied with the work that Mr. Briggs has done for you?
More so. More, absolutely.
All right. Counsel, do you believe that you've received all of the discovery you're entitled to in a timely manner?
Yes, Your Honor.
Right. And do you also believe that your client understands the nature of the rights he's giving up, the stipulations of evidence he's making, and the consequences of his plea bargain?
Yes.
Okay, I'll find the defendant made his waivers of right and stipulations of evidence that they were knowingly done intelligently and voluntarily, and I will approve them. And I'll ask you, sir, to the offense alleged in the indictment, state jail felony possession of a controlled substance, do you plead guilty or not guilty?
Guilty.
Right. Has anyone promised you anything other than your plea bargain with the state to keep you from to get you to plead guilty?
No, sir.
Has anyone harmed or threatened you or anyone close to you for your plea?
No, sir. All on my own accord.
Right. Has anyone promised you an early release from your sentence?
No, sir.
All right, I'll find that your plea is voluntary. You're not under any compulsion in making it, and I will accept it. And I'll ask what evidence the state has to substantiate the defendant's guilt.
It offers states, excuse me, Exhibit A and attachments.
No objection.
All right, without objection, state's Exhibit A and its attachments are admitted into evidence. Do both sides rest and close at this stage?
Yes, Your Honor.
Your Honor, I believe there's one amendment that needs to be made to the plea agreement. It's just to cross out the 180-day driver's license suspension. If we could do that orally and if, with defense's input.
We'd have no objection to that, Judge.
Okay, it's already been crossed out on my copy.
Okay, thank you, Judge.
Give me a chance to look at the exhibits. Okay. I'll find there is enough evidence to substantiate the defendant's guilt. Are both sides ready for sentencing?
Yes, Your Honor.
Ready, Your Honor.
Okay, I've been given a pre-sentence investigation. Did the defense have a chance to look at it?
Yes, Your Honor. No objection.
Okay, what is the plea bargain in this case?
The state is recommending that the defendant be placed on deferred adjudication for 2 years, a fine of $1,000 plus court costs, plus the recommendations made by the probation department.
That is our agreement, Judge.
All right, sir, you heard what was read in the record by the state's attorney. Is that your agreement?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did the state's attorney add anything or leave anything out?
No, sir.
Okay. Where was this case between, let's see, the spring of 2019, when it was, the drugs were tested, and September of this year, when it was indicted?
Let me look, Your Honor. I believe that it was just a backlog with the drug testing, but let me.
Well, no, that's about 15 months from when the drugs were tested until the indictment.
And I agree, Your Honor. Unfortunately, it seems I can also not account for any time, of course, that this position was unfilled. I don't know what was happening during that time, but I've been in plus of 12 months since at least I've arrived here.
What's that?
The drugs have been coming back over 12 months since I've arrived here.
Oh, okay, okay. I thought you said you'd been there for 12 months, and I thought.
No, sir. No, sir.
I told my wife that year is lasting forever, but the weeks are going by quickly. It's strange.
Extremely true.
All right. Mr. Bailey, when were you revoked on a previous deferred or probation and sent to TDC?
Your Honor, I think I was 18 years old, 18 or 19 years old, and I successfully discharged parole on a 3-year sentence. That was several years ago.
Okay. What have you been doing the last 18 months since you were picked up in this case?
I've been building federal vehicles until that company went under, and now I'm doing every little odd job, fixing every radiator and changing every tire I can get my hands on until I can find something else.
Right. It says that you've done fabricating, culinary, retail, and electrical. What sort of fabricating?
I actually upfitted federal vehicles. I did EMS. I worked for Lone Star LLC for many years.
I understand what that means. You mean sewing?
I upfitted law enforcement vehicles, fire vehicles, EMS for all counties all over the state.
Okay. Is there any sort of training or certification that you can get in doing that, or is that just on the job training?
I guess it's just on the job training. I don't know if you can really get a certification. I mean, it would just be a technician certification, I'd imagine. Okay. Yeah. I don't really know what the title for that would be. Just something I've gotten good at learning from my technicians over the years.
Do you have any technicians certificates or licenses in working in automobiles?
No, sir.
Is that something you're interested in, or?
Absolutely. If I could go back to school right now, I'd be in the classroom. But between dealing with this and a 6-year-old and the way the world is right now, it's just not happening.
All right, anything else on either side?
No, Your Honor.
Nothing from the state, Your Honor, unless you want an update on the dates from the drug testing.
Yes.
So it looks like the offense was in October of 2018. The drugs were submitted to the Bexar County Crime Lab in May of 2019. I do not know why that delay occurred, but we received them. They were completed June 13th of 2019, but our office received them 9/3 of this year. So I'm not sure what happened with that, Your Honor.
Okay. All right, I will follow the plea bargain agreement in this case. I found there's enough evidence to say you're guilty, but I will not do so. Instead, I will place you on deferred adjudication probation for 2 years with all the rest of the terms and conditions of your agreement with the state. And I'm going to urge you, sir, to speak with your probation officer. And where are you? Are you in Karns right now?
Yes, sir. I'm right across. I'm in the next building over.
Okay. I'm going to urge you to speak with your probation officer while you were there in Karns County today about what you can do towards getting a certification, a license, technician certificate, and having those hours or having some hours knocked off of your community service. If you further your education when you're on probation, we can give you credits against your community service restitution.
Really?
Yes, and I would much rather have folks, whether it's in welding or air conditioning, like my dad did heating, air conditioning, or I'd much rather have people getting a license in something like that. With a felony record, I don't know that you can do that in heating and air conditioning because you go to people's houses, but I'd rather have people doing that than picking up beer cans on the side of the road, you know. So talk with your probation officer about that. A couple of other things I want to talk to you about is if you're going to be over in the Houston area, you will have a probation officer here in Karns County. The probation officer who will decide whether to send some notice to the DA's office that says you're not following the rules, if that's what's going on, will be the one in Karns County. The probation officer in Karns County can't drive over to Houston to check up on you. So if they're getting pieces of paper from whatever county you're at or emails that say you're not following the rules, they're just going to have to send that on to the DA's office because they can't really go and investigate it.
Sure.
The last thing so make sure that you're following the rules. The last thing I'll tell you is that if the only thing you're not doing correctly is that you're not making all of your payments on time, we're not going to bring you back and adjudicate you guilty just for that. We'll give you a chance to make larger payments towards the end of the 2 years. And if absolutely necessary, you could even be extended for some small period of time to give you a chance to pay this off. So don't fail to go and see your probation officer just because you don't want to tell them you don't have the money. All right?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, then. So you understand that because I have followed the plea bargain agreement in this case, that you have waived the right to appeal and you may not appeal?
Do.
All right, I'll find that you made your post-trial waivers knowingly, intelligently, and voluntarily also, and I will certify to the Court of Appeals that you've waived the right to appeal and you may not appeal. I wish you good luck, sir, and I'll get this to the clerk's office in just a moment, and I'm going to ask them to go ahead and put their stamps on the oath that appears on page 4.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Your Honor.
Good luck to you, Mr. Bailey.
Thank you, Mr. Briggs.
Okay, let me post these to the clerk. Okay, so he changed his plea. I just saw your message, Ms. Campos.
Yes, sir. I corrected it for you because he had said nolo.
All right, well, I've already sent it. Let me just correct this copy.
Okay.
So I'll let the clerk's office know it'll be the second copy of the judgment that I send that is correct, because that one says guilty. All right, what else do we have to do?
Those were the only pleas, Your Honor. We just need resets on Mr. Briggs's cases.
All right. Well, let's start.
Yes, Your Honor. I'm going to need a brief breakout room with first Taylor Reynolds and then Jonathan Hart.
I'm going to give you one with Reynolds first, Mr. Briggs, breakout room number 10.
Thank you.
All right, so I guess let's look at the docket. Cubley's a no-show, so that's a nice sign. Mark Ord, 218. We all on the same page?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Reynolds is conferring. Ruben Sanchez, what's going on with him?
He pled.
Oh, I'm sorry, yeah, darn it. Sorry. Reyes, 114. Hankins, I have no show, but also Adrian thinks there's an open warrant. So unless we're 100% certain of that, let's go ahead and call the NISI. If it's already an open warrant on this case, we don't need to mess with it.
Let me check on that.
Daniel Morales.
He has 218, Judge.
All right. Everybody on the rest of the page has 218.
Yes.
And on the next page, everyone through Elliott has 218. And Escobar and Gorecki have 114.
Yes, sir.
That's what I have.
Jonathan Hart is conferring. Roxanne May was dismissed. Urrutia, we need to get with Richard on dates. Rest of the page, 218. Sanders.
218, Judge.
Solis, 114. Perez, Nisai. Sosa, 218. Spears. Louis Vera is ill, 2, and reset on request. Lorita, she's in custody or not?
Yes, she's in custody,
yes.
Judge.
Okay, all right.
I'm going to reset her to 1-4. I'll post it to the chat.
Thank you. Bailey was a plea. Mika or Micah, no show? Did they ever show up?
No, sir.
Linda Sue Anderson,
No, sir.
no show. Batson, 114. De Leon in the Public Defender's Office, I think that's 218.
Yes, sir.
Gorecki, 114. Reyes, 114. Max Tomlinson,
No show, Judge.
he was in school with me.
Oh,
I never knew his name was Maxie. He always just went by Max. I can't imagine that there's that many Max Tomlinsons running around. And he was about 2 years ahead, so that would have been just right.
Yeah.
Abel Solis, 218.
114, Judge.
114. And that's Mr. Ernst or who?
Yes.
Kyle. Montgomery, Richard Briggs.
Yes, Judge. He's actually down in the clerk's office. I've emailed them a waiver of arraignment that we should be able to get done today. It has the reset date of February the 18th.
Okay.
Mr. Briggs, who did you email that to?
Angelica?
I have not received.
You've not received it?
No, sir.
Okay, let me try again.
All right, Maximo Solis, Nisai.
Sure.
All right, and Nick Silva, what date did he get? It's up here. I'll come back and find it.
He got 218 for the Karns cases, Judge, and 2-1 for Wilson County cases.
2-1, yes, and that was what I meant was Wilson.
Yes, sir, 2-1.
Thank you. And didn't I specifically give William Walls a little speech about don't leave your attorney having to explain why the pre-sentence investigation says you didn't cooperate with him? I seem to recall that I did.
And Mr. Ernst had stated that, Your Honor, when I had spoken with him. He said you had done that.
All right, well.
Never appeared at probation.
I don't know, maybe that puts it in your head instead of writing it out.
Judge, on the nice size, do you want me to fill in the bond amounts or leave them blank? Usually we leave them blank for you.
I'll fill them in, thank you.
I'm going to post them in chat.
Okay, Judge, what do we show on Guy Allen Perez, 200871 CRK?
Okay.
Who's that nice guy?
Nice guy. Val, is he in jail?
Yeah, Judge, the DA suggested to me that he might be in custody. Can we check with the jail on that?
Let me check the jail log, Judge.
Mr. Briggs, whenever you're ready, your client Reynolds is in breakout room 10.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, sir.
Judge, I meant to send the nice ice to you and I sent them to everyone in chat. Sorry.
That's fine.
That way I got them to, oh, they're not signed yet. Never mind, Angelica. I was like, oh, that's good. No.
Oh, well, these aren't signed. The nice eyes, we need to get them signed first.
Okay, just a second.
Mr. Briggs, are you there?
I think he's in a breakout room.
Yes, I am.
I'm wrong.
Mr. Briggs, on Guy Bettis, he's not in custody. He was released on November 5th.
Okay. Okay. So that is a nice side then.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Howdy.
How you doing, Your Honor?
Good.
I'm gonna step out real quick. I'll be right back. There's no one here, so
That's great.
I'll be right back, okay?
That's fine. Go ahead.
Thank you.
All right. Mr. Briggs, are you conferring with your clients? What are we waiting on?
Judge, I'm headed for the breakout room as we speak.
Thank you.
Judge Wilson, do you have the paperwork on, the plea paperwork on Ruben Sanchez? I don't have a copy signed, and when I try to open in chat, it doesn't allow me to.
All right, let me email that to you. Because once it starts screwing stuff up in Zoom, experience on PDFs, it's not going to work.
Okay, thank you. And Judge, on Mr. Hankins, he does have a warrant already on file.
Okay, thank you. Okay, and you needed the signed waivers on who?
I know on Levi Montgomery for sure.
Okay, I don't have anything on Levi Montgomery.
I sent it in chat.
Okay, I'm talking about what is it that, I think in Helica says you needed something that was corrupt. It was somebody's waivers. Was it Sanchez?
Oh, the plea paperwork on Sanchez,
By that, you mean the waivers and all of that?
the steps and everything, yes, Judge.
Okay, did you get either of them that worked or none?
No, none of them worked. All I have are the judgments that were walked over from probation.
Okay. Are those judgments signed by me?
I believe so. Let me look at them.
Yes, they're signed, Judge. We took them over.
Oh, okay, well, I didn't mean to send those to y'all. Okay,
Oh, no, you're fine, Judge. It was my case. It was a revocation of probation, so I take care of it, Judge. No worries.
okay.
Angelica, are you there?
Yes,
Did you ever receive my email?
I did, and
I've
I
sent it.
posted it in chat, the waiver for Levi.
Oh, okay. Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. I'll have them sign it once the judge sends it back.
Okay, when did you post it to chat? Because I'm not seeing it.
I posted it to just Judge Wilson.
Okay, but it's,
I haven't.
All right, there's on there. Is that the defendant's signature?
No, Judge, I sent it before I got his signature. Do you want me to get him to sign it and then send it again?
Please.
Okay, I'll do that now.
Mr. Briggs, if you'll let me know whenever you're ready for me to put you in a breakout room with Hart.
Yes, I am ready.
Okay, gonna send you to one. Breakout room number 5, Mr. Briggs.
Thank you.
And Your Honor, someone logged in under the name of Guy. I'm not sure if that's Guy Allen Perez or not.
I was just gonna ask Norma.
Okay. All right, the person that's named Guy, who are you? Okay, what's your name? If you're speaking, we cannot hear you.
Judge, so I received a message from Guy Bettis on chat that he knows he's late, but he doesn't know how all this works.
Okay, and I see one that just popped up to me also. All right. Ask where he is, please. Or here, I actually, hold on just a minute. Let's wait for Mr. Briggs to come back. It's his client.
Okay.
I'm back, Judge. I'll speak with him.
Okay, you may have to chat with him. He says he can't hear.
I'm gonna put you in breakout room number 1, Mr. Briggs, and see if he'll be able to get on.
Thank you.
They may want to just chat first if he can't hear. Give me a moment.
Okay, Norman, did the judge take a break while I was in my breakout room?
Richard, I'll be back in a minute.
Okay, thank you, Judge.
And Mr. Briggs, do you need Hart back to the main screen? He's still in the breakout room.
Yes, I do.
Okay, thank you.
And Norma, can I just reset all three of these people to 114?
Okay, I'm back. What's going on? Hello?
Hey,
Yes, who is that?
this is the guy you supposed to be speaking to me, or?
Well, I'm glad that your computer or whatever phone is working now. I will change your name. It's Guy Perez. I'm waiting for your attorney, Mr. Briggs.
Oh, okay, thank you.
Okay, is Richard in a breakout room?
No, sir. I believe he wanted to reset all 3 of his cases to January 14th, if that was okay with the court, is what he said.
And with me, as long as the state doesn't have an objection.
No objection, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Briggs?
Maybe we lost him, Judge. I think he's frozen.
It looks like it. All right, what day is that? 1/4?
114?
1/14. Okay, that sounds better. All right. Mr. Perez, please turn your video on. All right, I'm going to share the screen on the computer here, Mr. Perez. This is what I was working on when you came wandering into court a few hours late this morning. This is called nice size. This is all the people who don't show up for court. The bailiff goes and calls their name outside the courtroom, and then they send me a little certificate. And you see I've got 5 pages of them, and one of them is for you. And I had already signed and dated the certificate. And let me share this. Didn't go through. Is it sharing now? Oh, it's sharing. I'd already signed and dated a certificate forfeiting your bond and setting a new bond that you'd have to post. So I'm going to delete this before I send it back to the clerk's office. But it's just happenstance that we've had a number of pleas that took far longer than they should this morning. If we'd gotten rid of our business in a timely manner, court would have been over when you came back in, and there would have been a capias out for your arrest. So you need to make sure that you're in court on time. If there's some issue going on, you need to report that to your attorney so your attorney can can let us know that. All right, sir, you understand that?
Yes, sir. I just had a hard time trying to find my papers.
All right, well, it's done now, but again, I'm just telling you, if it had been a day where the pleas were done in a timely manner, court would have already been over. So.
All right. Well, I highly appreciate that. Thank you.
All right, so we'll see you on the 14th. All right, I'm going to send the nice size back to the clerk. I also removed the nice eye we had on the gentleman who has an open warrant. I think that was Harkins. Pardon?
Yeah. it's Lincoln.
Okay. All right, so there are the rest of the nice eyes, and I will go down and edit Mr. Perez on here and put 114. All right, anything else we need to do?
Nothing from the state, Judge.
Judge, I've yet to add these other people to their resets to chat. Do I need to do that before you end the meeting?
Just, yes, well, that's okay. Actually, to try and make this useful, yes, please go ahead and add them. And I've already marked them down, and I'll leave the meeting going for a while. So you can do that. Everyone else is excused.
Thank you, Judge. See you next time.
See you then.
Thank you, Judge. Bye-bye.
I'm going to leave it running, like I said.
Excuse me.
Mr. Briggs, on Hart and Reynolds, do they know to be back on 114? because they're still in the breakout room.
I'm sorry, Norma. No. I will be giving them notice outside of this. And Mr. Perez, can you unmute yourself?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Mr. Perez, we're going to reschedule your case for January 14th. All right?
January 14th.
January
Yes, sir.
14th at 9 a.m.
Yes, sir.
And if you have any problem with the information about how to get into the meeting at 9 a.m.,
I think I got it now.
you need to. Okay, well, you need to stay in touch with me, is what I'm trying to say. All right.
Okay. Okay.
If you keep in touch with me, I can guide you through this a little bit easier. Okay.
Okay.
But for now, I'll put it on your phone that you've got court again on January 14th.
Yes, sir. Doing that right now. January 14th.
And then once you've done that, let's see, Norma, did I hear some
Yes, sir.
discussion about Mr. Perez having an ISI?
Judge Wilson dismissed that and moved it to 114.
Okay, very good.
He did talk to Mr. Perez.
He did. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Mr.
Thank you,
Briggs, I
Norma.
told him that I'd already signed the NISI and that it.
Judge, you're muted.
Okay, I'm sorry. Mr. Perez, I told him I'd already signed, Mr. Briggs, I told him I'd already signed the NISI and it was just his luck. The court was still going on. And I shared my screen so that he could see that it was already dated, signed and everything else. And I said that on a day, if people had gotten their pleas done in a more expeditious manner, court would have been over, that would have been out. That was all.
Right. Okay, Judge, I appreciate it. Thank you.
Anything else? Do you still need to send chat messages?
Yes, I do, Judge.
Okay, I'll leave it open.
Thank you, Judge.
So do you want me to go ahead and dismiss your other two clients from the breakout rooms, Mr. Briggs?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you.
She's hurt, dude.
I'm sorry.
Okay, Norma, we have the message, the text from chat messages from Mr. Briggs. If you want to go ahead and end the meeting, that'll be good.
He's still missing one more client, Your Honor, on Jonathan Hart. Do we want to wait or?
I'm sorry.
You still have
I'm sorry,
Jonathan Hart to post on chat?
I thought I did.
No,
He
you
did.
have Tyler Reynolds and Guy Perez. Oh.
I've got
Must have
Jonathan
sent it.
Hart too.
Oh, okay. I didn't see that one. Okay, that'll be it.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Judge. Thank you, Norma.
Yes, sir.
And Mr. Perez, you're excused. You're free to go.